Hi, I'm Pagara12 and today we play with UV and textures, and this is a requested tutorial. We'll not start from scratch. I'll walk you through and show you how to put a texture on a abacus thing we did in months ago in spring. And before I start, I have to tell you that this density, you can have more than this. The maximum would be 181, because if we go inside here and check the size for this resolution, is very close to the limit, which would be 32768 or something like that. And if you have non-commercial license, I believe the maximum here would be 35 for the grid, and you get close to 1280. Okay, but if the texture you want to remap with hasn't so many details, you can try with a more detailed texture, and the effect goes nice with even less pieces. So yeah, I will attach this file like it is, and I will point out the differences, as here we have another geometry and another render, because we need to render the center of the circles in one texture, and also the starting position to get the texture from there and keep that consistency consistent on while they move. Okay, so this one is the position for the color, and this is the initial position for the color. So we have this from the UV. Okay, and now we subtract them, and we are interested in here, where we have those semi-transparent areas, and so we multiply with the 0,1 texture to force everything else to black, to 0. Okay, now we add this texture with the initial colors, and then we remap. This is our texture like we wanted to have for the remap. Okay, and then we clean out this green, which is actually the color in the input image in the 0 corner. So the input image is here. Yeah, we have a little color, not here, because we do a fit. Yeah, I believe this corner color, you find it here. So we clean it with the same 0,1 texture, and yeah, we have the result. And yeah, you can play with this as you want. Okay, now, as I said, you'll find this file. I would rather try to explain the same technique, the same process, in a case in which we don't have so many informations, like when we build with instances. There we make those renders acting like buffers, in which the shapes appear with the color, either a scale, radius, position, and so on. And here we only have a texture with a shape. It can be whatever shape, and I would like to cover this with an area of a texture. Okay, so let's go inside. Let's have a movie file in here, and yeah, I will grab the Trillium flower. Okay, so to put a portion of an image above that circle, we can go with multiply. So let's multiply this, and yeah, the texture is steady. We have to translate this with the same values like there, to match the motion of the shape. But as I said, we don't know that. We act like we don't know that. So let's go inside. I use LFO for the X and the noise for the Y, and that's why we have that hilly way. Okay. Now, what we do in this situation? Okay, I will grab the UV like this, and let's use the same resolution. Okay, now I remember is 2080 by 720. Okay, and yeah, you already know this component. It's already with a ratio in it. Okay, so now let's multiply this. Okay, and we have this. Now we also like to see this as not here, as points. Okay, now we see the circle moving, and yeah, the ugly tail of dirty points from the shape to the zero, and this is causing by the anti-alias. So if we go here and take off the anti-alias, we solve that. Okay, and now it's pretty clean. So I would like to find out the center for those vectors. Actually, for each pixel I have a vector. So how many pixels they are, we can go with analyze. So we use an analyze here, and we go with sum. Also, the same one will compute the sum of the vectors here, and then we divide this with composite and divide, and yeah, this is the center of this shape. Okay, now I want to multiply this with the texture to have the shape with the center color. So on multiplication, I will mask the alpha to get rid of that transparency. Okay, and also we go nearest pixels. Okay, now it's solid. And what else we need? I would like to subtract this center from the UV, but the UV in our shape. So we use a multiply again, or no, I guess we already have it here. Okay, so let's subtract this from this texture. Now, where here I try to isolate the pixel in the UV, which doesn't matter in this case. So we have this. Now let's let me mask. Yeah, so I mask the blue and alpha. Okay, and now I would like to sum this, because you can't see what is here, but if we use a limit, okay, we see a nice spread of UV, which is nice. Now remember the normalizing works 0, 1, but we can have minus, and if we mask the alpha, you see, now this is nice spread of UV. We don't need the normalized value. This one it's perfect. And now I want to add this texture with the initial point, but I don't know which will be my initial point from here. And so I will start with a constant. Okay, and I will go for the half of like this, and yeah. Now this is 1 pixel by 1 pixel. Now in this case it's by default 256 by 256. If I connect this input here, my constant will take the shape of the circle, okay? And this is because here in the output we go with not set resolution, as would be like this. Instead we composite with multiply, and while in this texture we have 0, 1, this is super good. Now let's add those two together like this, and yeah, this is the result. Now you see, even though there are some rampy colors, they are steady, right? Now let's check this by using a remap, okay, like this. So maybe it's not so obviously, but the texture it's a bit stretched on Y, and this is because we need to adjust this texture with the matte, and we need to multiply with our ratio only for green, okay? Now the flower it's not stretched, okay? And if you play this constant, you can modify what it takes from the image. So you see, okay, now this is the center of the flower, okay, which always go with the shape, and you can see the moment it touched the extremes, it offset a little bit, because when I go outside the screen from my whole circle, only a portion of it I'll have to compute the average, the center, right? So the center would be different if I have less of a circle, okay? But the way texture adapts to this offset, it's really nice. So yeah, this is the technique that allows you to transfer any texture on shapes, and I've done this type of tutorial hoping for a better understanding of what's inside here. We'll use a lot of this technique in future tutorials. So it's fun to put textures and input photos or clips on things. So this is the way you do it. Yeah, this was my tutorial. You'll have those folders attached, and I hope you like this, and thank you so much for your support. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.